Hey guys, hi everyone. Mother-in-law. She asked me what I made. She thanked her advice is a consolation. But if she would leave, that would be the solution. And don't come back no more. Mother-in-law, leave us alone. So, hey guys, how is everyone doing over here? Welcome back again. Let us talk, ladies. Let us talk. This, my platform, we don't bend man to talk. We keep it real, the real truth. And it is only the truth and fact that will set us free. We don't worship cassava here. We don't worship bola here. We don't dick worship here. We don't male worship here. So we keep it real. So we want to talk about mother-in-law today. Mother-in-law. People will say, hey, mama is mama. Tomorrow you will be a mother-in-law. Yes, I will be a mother-in-law. You know what? One thing that most of us don't understand. Any game, there must be a rules and regulations that guide everything we do in this world. But I noticed that a lot of us, African mother-in-law, be that many of us were bred in Sudat in lay. We were bred in a country without no law, no rules and regulation, no boundaries, nothing. Like what I normally say in this my Facebook page, that we were bred and grown in a place where there is no rules and regulation. Kamikaze. Everybody can do anything they like. So, in a place where anybody can do what they like, there is a problem everywhere. That's why there is a problem today when it comes to mother-in-law doing pork nose, tafia into their daughter-in-law marriages and relationship. What is really, really surprising me is that most mother-in-law that have become bedbug to their daughter-in-law or to their fellow women, most of them are failed mother-in-law. They failed in decision of life. Many of them, they failed as women. Many of them, they failed as mother. When it comes to raising their children, they failed woefully in everything. So, because most of them, they know they are failed mothers, they want to be able to continue that control that they did, or overprotection that they did with their son. They want to be able to still have a high on their son. That child that was a child. You see, most women, they are child forever. That is why many of them don't grow. They will never ever grow because most of them were raised by women. They continue to be a baby. They never grow men. That's why you see their behavior when it comes to marriage, when it comes to fatherhood, when it comes to relationship, nothing work because most of these toxic mother, they become very, very problematic. When they are with their son, they will raise themselves, their son badly, on purpose, so that they will carry that their son and give it to you. They will carry that their son and give it to you, and that son will become problematic, like the man that married them, like the father of that their son. That is what most of our Daki women normally do. That is why, when it comes to the African marriage or the Nigerian marriage, if they have a good son or a responsible son, most of their mother will use their hand to spoil it like a radio. They will become interferer. They will interfere in this, interfere in this, interfere in everything that concerns your marriage. They are doing that interference just to cause confusion, to cause commotion, because many of them have lived in the root of confusion, problem, miserability, stress. The moment most mother-in-law don't see you being stressed. They don't see you carrying wood, 20 pieces of wood on your head and 3 on your back, and with baby on top. You are in problem. You are in problem. Either they will accuse you of juju, because they never create their son to love them. They never create their son, they never raise their son to love them, not to talk of loving any women. They raise their son with the incantation of go to the world and destroy women. Go to the world and cause pain on women. Go to the world and be a destroyer, a problematic man. The moment your son is not doing that, that is, hey, you don't usually carry my picky, you don't let me carry my wife, give my picky. If your son was a real man, you raise him with his own mindset. You raise him with intelligence. You raise your son to be a good man and a good father. You will not be worried to be in control of your son's marriage. You will not be worried to be the mentor, to say what your son will cook, your son's wife will cook, how she should behave and everything. Because you never raise your son to be a good human or a good man. You want to see the treatment that the wife is going to make on him, because you're so afraid that because you raise your son to be problematic, and maybe you're not seeing him being problematic, you want to be there so that you will be putting fire under. Look at how your wife they talk to you. This is your wife to the meshakara. This is your wife to the dress. This is your wife not the walk. This is your wife need to the walk. You want to always be conflictive. Because of that mentality in our community of women putting women down, women sabotaging other women's progress, other women's happiness. That is why, you see, the moment you begin to be in your marriage, you are fine with your husband, you are okay with your husband, the next thing, you see your friend might jump into your marriage. She want to come and be your husband, girlfriend. And your marriage, for example, is not a hidden thing to the public. The next thing, your best friend is going out with your husband. These mother-in-laws raise their sons to be irresponsible. They raise their sons to make pain and disgrace on women. The moment the sons are not doing accordingly, they want to jump into the situation and make sure their sons is doing accordingly to what they really want as women. That is why you see they want to be in control of everything. I'm talking right now to most single mothers. Most single mothers are probably going to end up being this type of women if you don't recognize who you are on time. You are going to raise this. Many of you are raising your children thinking that these children are going to be your small dog. They are going to be your companion forever. These children you're raising, they're not going to grow. They're going to be your baby forever. But you have to know that there is a stage where your children become an adult. They have to have the mindset of their own. You just have to guide them, nothing more. But many of you don't do that as mother or as mother-in-law. You become the problem of your children. Because many of you have been into difficult life, toxicity, negativity, struggle of problem. You want to see your daughter-in-law struggling. You want to see your daughter-in-law cry because you have cried in your marriage. You want to see your daughter-in-law beg for food because you begged for food to feed your children. Many of us normally see many single mothers saying it. This is why I suffer. If any woman come tomorrow to come talk, say, now she no pass. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Look, Mama Cecilia, did that woman that you are sharpening your knife for or sharpening your mat for, did that woman send you into struggle of? Did that woman send you to be carrying 20 bags of banga on your head and you lost your mind? The next person you can hold responsible for your pain is your daughter-in-law, because she's coming because of the modern life, because of some certain thing on this modern women. Many of them come clean, many of them come with job, many of them come a little bit level up. And it pains you so much, Mama Cecilia, because you spent your good days with a man that do nothing for you, instead pregnating you to have more dust. And many mother-in-law want to see their son look like their husband. That husband that was giving them push. That husband that was shouting on top of their voice on them. That husband that was abusing them. Sis, good evening. Welcome. That husband that was a problem to them, that was like, they want to see their son being like that. I tell you, they will not agree, but you will understand with the way they behave. Because everything most of the mother-in-law are against today are the positive side of their daughter-in-law. Many of them don't even know that daughter-in-law, but they hate that daughter-in-law just by seeing her. She too fine. She too they spend money. She too they dress her pikin. They don't even extend the poverty, the manifestation of poverty to their next generation. They don't want to see their daughter-in-law dressing their grandchildren beautifully. They don't want to see their daughter-in-law dress well because they Now what rapper, now the chances of my children. Mama Cecilia, many of your friends, they don't carry me go give Igbinedium. Don't be your friend, marry American and woman like you marry big men for Nigeria. Day. You choose to follow love. You choose to follow love. I love you. This is my girl. I never marry. I love Papa John. And now you want to make your daughter-in-law as a scapegoat. Because for many of you, they say the daughter-in-law, look, for every action, there is a reaction. For every action, there is a reaction. Every all are human being. Forget before, where many of you use brainwash to brainwash all these women. Not talk, and your mama. Please. Many single motherhood today in Africa are being created by these women. They are the number one problem. They will say the woman too fine. They will say the woman too short. They will say the woman too long. They will say the woman do this. They don't even know this woman. They will see that woman, immediately their son bring that woman, they feel intimidated by that woman. And most of these women, their own daughters, cannot do better. Because there is no way you will hate your daughter-in-law because she's beautiful, because she lives in a beautiful, clean house than when you were raising all your battalions. When you were raising your 10, 15 children, or 8 children that you have, don't you think that there were other women when you were raising all 8 children in our room? There were other women that were living in a house that looked like a palace, raising 2, 3 children. You decide to spend your life with this man. At the end, your daughter-in-law want to chop her raw. And when they want to control their son, the moment their son have a mindset of their own, they will say it's juju. They will say the woman is the one that is telling him what he needs to do. That is why I say most Daki women, they have the mindset of the men. They don't have the mindset of their own. That is how it is to this. Let me just chip in this. At times, when you are with a man that is abusive, he will be doing different things, giving you different problems and everything. The moment you choose to switch and never tolerate the abuse or the bad behavior, the man, what is he going to say? Now friend, now in the advisor. Now mama, now in the advisor. Now church members, now in the advisor. She don't get another man. Even if you don't have another man. Why did you think that they chip that into it? Because they believe you don't have a mindset of your own. They want to actually control you. They wanted to control you because you never allow them to do that. They will say, it is your friends, it is people that are controlling you, it is people that are telling you what to do, because you never allow them to move you around, you never allow them to tell you what to do. They begin to think different things. That is the same thing that most of our Daki mother-in-law normally do. The moment they decide to control their son, and their son say no, my soup will become soup. They will say, they will not, because I said something. I said we are very competitive. We compare with each other, with women. We are in a war. We want to pull ourselves down. Most of the women want to pull ourselves down because of the anger, the pain, the trauma. We want to pull ourselves down. Most of us. We want to see how we can pull ourselves down. So that is it most of the time. I'm sending it to my YouTube. So that is what it is. They will begin to think, oh, it's somebody that is advising her. It is the wife. The husband wasn't like this. It's like this. What do you expect? A man, even if your son was some certain way, when he become married, this is 2 people now. They think differently. They think the same. They agree. They disagree. You don't expect your son that was a baby to you, whatever, to be the way he was with you. Now your son is eating mekus, have family, have children. It has to be this. There should be a certain level of loyalty from your son to his wife. But because they don't understand that, if everything is going to be put on that woman, now they saw my Pekin did before, they don't take chance, and you see, they will not start attacking the woman's mother, the daughter-in-law's mother. Now, mama, they can't go, because many of them raise their son to fail. Many of them, that their father, many single mother, that their father, that most of them so much dislike. Indirectly, they don't dislike them. They want that man to regret in their son. If they fail to do it, it's a problem. That is when you tell them, your son is doing this, your son is doing that, your son is not responsible for their children, your son is not responsible as a husband. If you don't like a go now, if you don't like, they want their son to destroy. They want their son to destroy. They want their son to be irresponsible. The more irresponsible their children, their son are to you, the more disrespectful that man is to you, the more happy most of the mother-in-law are. Because they believe in their mind, they can control that man. If he's disrespectful, if he's disloyal to his wife, it will be loyal to me. Many of them don't know that it doesn't work like that. Many of them don't know they are not going to make something good out of their son. They're going to destroy their son. They will say, the papa married 20 wives. If you can't stay, come out to. Where did you think that narrative of, not be you circumcise my pikin, not be your whatever, this circumcise my pikin. Where did you think that narrative come from? From the same women. From them. You need to be wise to tap into who they are. They want to see you miserable because they are miserable. People that are hot people. People that are miserable want to make other people miserable. There is no mother-in-law that is fine, tap into a feminine energy, make a nice tea, have a nice candle. I made this candle by myself. Have a nice candle, have something good for themselves. Being taken care of by their husband, being loved by their husband. We just wake up overnight and want their daughter-in-law to be miserable, to be unhappy, to go through stress. Even their grandchildren, they want to see them displaced in the street. No one. The mother-in-law that participate in this behavior are the miserable ones. The ones that are low life, that have nothing to offer. Nobody. Neither themselves. All their life, they have jumped from one rolling stone to another. Even if they were with one man, they were never treated better. They were never treated nice. That is why when they see you being treated nice, they want to kill you. When they see their son speak to you with respect, it becomes juju, it becomes problematic to them. When they see you properly being loved, it becomes problem. Because they were never treated right by their spouse. Many of them was never married. Their husband cheated on them 1 million and 10 million times. They have no options than to stay with the bunch of children they have. Why do you think they will wish something good for you? They never level up. Many of them are trauma bound. They're trauma bound. They want to see that miserability that they see in themselves. They want to see you as a face of poverty. They brand you eating their son's money. Who is going to eat your son's money if the wife and your son's children did not eat his money? Who do you think is going to eat your son's money? Who do you think is going to be there for your son? That is why you see many that came in today, they have been destroyed by their own mother. The women that bet them out of the womb. They lie that they love their son so much. They care about their son so much. They want their son to be happy. That is a lie from the pit of hell. Tell yourself the truth. That you're not happy seeing your daughter-in-law level up. You've seen your daughter-in-law look nice with a beautiful makeup. You see your daughter-in-law eating basic things as food, chicken. You want to kill them. You want to spread rumor about your daughter-in-law because of the male worshipping culture in the black community. You want your daughter-in-law to be stressed up because you were stressed up. That's why you put different laws. When your daughter-in-law have a baby girl, you go tell your son that I give her 1 year, she has to have another boy immediately. Because all your life, you've done nothing than to birth children. You've done nothing than to raise children. You will never be happy seeing your daughter-in-law resting in her femininity, in a divine feminine energy. That's why when you go for visit, you don't want to see your daughter-in-law sitting down, crossing her leg in a parlor. It becomes a problem to you because all your life you were being ushered to the back of the cupboard. You were being ushered to stay at the back of the door. That when your husband have a visitor, you have to stay at the back of the cupboard or at the back of the door, or you have to go out and take a stroll like a baby girl. Many of you have seen yourself inferior. You see yourself as inferior. You see yourself that you know what a time. You know what a human. But guess what? We're in 2022. Women have to be human before women. Many of us black women in the black community and continent are suffering today because of women that was there before us. They did nothing than to worship, male worship. They worship in the disguise of we're worshiping king, we are worshiping God, we are Jesus. We're doing this, we're doing that. The government, senator's wife, what have we done? You've done nothing but dick worshiping all your life. You want your son to treat women bad. You want your son to brutalize, rape, pregnate women on purpose so that they can attain what the divine heads have for them as women. You want women to struggle, raise children by themselves because you go through the same thing. The life is a choice that you never understand. That was your choice. That was what you wanted because you advocate for that. The moment these women choose to advocate for something different than yours, you become a problem. Because you think that because of your age, you own the mantle of wisdom. You have the last say because of you bet this man. You think you have all the power to control them, to tell them what to do, to tell them how to treat your fellow woman before you become mother-in-law. That your daughter-in-law was a woman before a woman like you. But because you don't see yourself as a human, you decide to instigate your son, instigate yourself to abuse them, to destroy her, so that she become a single mother like you. Like what most women normally encounter, or what you encounter in your marriage or in your situationship, that after your husband pregnated you so many times, he decided to bring more concubines, more women to compete with you, to make your life a living hell, to make your life difficult. You never feel loved. You never feel cared for. You have to mule. Ladies, it was your choice. It was your choice, mother-in-law. African mother-in-law. Your struggle was your choice. Leave your son alone. Let your son live. Live and let other people live. Chicken, meat, eating healthy and good is a basic thing that your sons, men all over the world produce for women. Even the government are men. What have you turned your son into? Never to provide for any woman, never to respect any woman, never to be loyal to any woman, never to raise their children. Many marriages are breaking today because you choose to let your son be a man. You choose never to let your son be a man. You become Alpha and Omega. You become the only power in the life of your son that say, that do and undo. Mother-in-law, let your son breathe. Let your daughter-in-law breathe. Because you people have created a situation in this community. Many of you, after you become single, abandoned, or divorced, or become a widow, you choose your son to be your husband. That is not possible. That is not possible. Sons are not husbands. When I was growing up, I used to hear things like, you don't have a husband and my children be my husband. No. Go look for a husband. There are names for everything. We are tired of this delusional, misbehaving behavior of you all toxic women in this community. Your sons is not your husband. Go look for your own husband. If you're in this situation today, you're a widow, you're separated, your children is your obligation. You have to raise them right so that they could be a good husband, a good father to their children. You being single have no business to do with your daughter-in-law or our daughters in the community. They deserve happiness. They deserve love. Love properly, with respect, with loyalty. Not use and dump or use and replace. Enough. Go look for a husband. If you are raising your children, raise them properly and bring the right man into your home with all the consequences. Not to be your boyfriend, to be your husband. And do the masculine job of supporting you in raising your children. Stop assuming that your boys' children are your husband. It's not possible. You're delusional. You're sick. That is why the moment of truth, you become furious. You become shocked. You go crazy when you see that love you were expecting, that delusion you were in. You begin to wake up that your son have the capacity to love another woman, have the capacity to care for his children. When your son begin to hold the mantle of manhood, you become crazy, you become confused, you attribute it to juju. These men have been through a lot by not raising them properly. That was not only the problem. You still want them to be destroyed. You want them to be a problem to their wife and their children. Most times, you will push until the family goes apart and become what you have known all your life, single motherhood. My son have to do this for me. My son have to do that for me. I understand the struggle. If you believe your son owe you something for raising them, tell them how much they owe you so that they will pay. They don't destroy them because you don't love yourself. Because for another woman to try to sabotage another woman's happiness, home, that woman don't love herself. That woman have never tasted happiness and peace in their life. That is why you see most of the women are rolling stone too. They are difficult. Seed to crack. You need to wake up. Daughter-in-law, identify these women. Understand their hate. Understand their pain. Understand me. Know who they are. I don't ask you to identify with them. Because they will never understand. They will never. They believe they are entitled. Because they bet these men. They struggle in rain and sun for these children. They believe that you come down to steal from them. You stole something from them. But they never understand that you were born into this world like the way their son were born into this world. That somebody fought for you, somebody cared for you, somebody raised you in rain and sun. And nobody is holding them accountable or gaslighting them or guilt-tripping them. But because of the male worshipping culture in this community, they believe you owe them something. And you have to let them know that you owe them nothing. All their struggle wasn't your fault. It was their choice. It was their choice. And they have to change their mindset and let you glow, let you have peace for once. That if they can stay to see you being happy, they have to let you go. They have to go. They have to go. If they can't stay to let go of their pains, hate, for luxury, for beauty, for happiness, they have to go, no matter who they are. So, I'm going to stop this video here. I love all of you all. I'm on YouTube, The Real Head Girl. And single mother, single father in Europe, we don't dig praise in this platform. We don't worship Mullah. We don't may worship over here. So, let me leave you. Bye-bye, everyone.